Hello and welcome back to Football Manager 2021 in the beta with Southampton Football Club. The last couple of episodes were pretty long, weren't they? In fact, probably too long. So hopefully this episode is going to be a little bit shorter, probably around 15 to 20 minutes. This is where you now check the YouTube video and it's actually 47 minutes long. So yes, it is now the 10th of December. We've only played 11 league games, which sounds ridiculous. By this point, we should have played about 18, I think, in a normal season. But yeah, because of the whole COVID nonsense that's going on, we've only played 11. And as you can see from the league table on the left-hand side, we're doing all right. We're still up there at the right end of the table, 7th place. We are in the league, 16 points on the board, joint with Sheffield United and Leicester City. Wrong end of the table, West Brom, Crystal Palace and Aston Villa, who are going to be our opponents in today's episode. In between episodes, we have played just 3 matches and we haven't won a single game. We have lost against Burnley 1-0, not the best performance. We drew 1-1 against Manchester City. Danny Ings opened the scoring for us from the penalty spot, but they did equalise in the second half. And then against Sheffield United, another draw. Danny Ings once again from the penalty spot, and then in the 79th minute to give us a point in this one. Before we get to the matches, I just want to take you to our affiliates page. Now, if you've seen this before, which I didn't show you, so if you were managing Southampton or you've just had a nosy for yourself, you would notice that we've now got a new feeder club. We apparently, in real life, this is one we have. Balena Shizuka. Possibly, I've never heard of them. I don't know whether this is a thing that Southampton actually have. I don't know. However, I do know we have Hartford, because Hartford in Connecticut, I think is where it is, did have Radi Jaidi as their manager for an entire season, and Tyreek Johnson was sent on loan there. Same with Totton. Totton are definitely they're a local team. They are one of our feeder clubs. Our under-23s now play there, as well as playing at St Mary's, I think. I don't think they play at the Staplewood, which is the training ground now. And we have Ross County of the Scottish Premier League. They are our new feeder club. That's a good system, I think. We can send some of our youngsters up north of the border. Ross County are not one of the best sides in Scotland. If we have a look, I think I might even have the league on. They're currently rooted to the bottom of the table, so in January we might need to send them somebody half decent to maybe try and get them off the bottom, maybe keep them in the Premier League. Probably should have looked at this before I accepted that one. In order to keep these videos fairly short, we are going to only be having 1 match per episode, but I will say this now, I'm hoping to try and get 2 episodes out per day. Because it's the new save, it's a new game, I need to work out the best way of actually producing content for it. So at the moment, we're going to do 1 match per episode, but I'm going to try and do 2 episodes per day. That is the plan. I don't know when they're going to come out. You might only get 1 today, because basically, I haven't recorded today's episode yet, and it's already about 4 o'clock in the afternoon. Fairly bloody obvious I haven't recorded today's episode. I'm literally doing it right now. Anyway, opposition report. This is a new screen that I absolutely love. I wanted to show this off in the last episode, but basically, because it was ridiculously long, I didn't get around to doing it. It shows, basically, how good we should be against our opposition. These screens here are my favourite screens. These are my favourite charts in possibly the entire game. You can see we are aggressive but wasteful when it comes to our chances. Aston Villa, when they have chances, they are passive and wasteful. So they don't score many goals and they don't often have too many chances. We don't score many goals, but we have lots of chances. So maybe we just need to get a bit of confidence. And then the defensive efficiency. Villa are in the middle, so they are, I mean, you can't really explain that. They let in a sensible amount of goals against a sensible amount of shots. We're on the busy and leaky side. But there's not too much difference between the pair of us. And then this little octagon, it's not an octagon. Is it an octagon? How many sides are there? Anyway, this polygon, that's what we'll call it, should basically show us what the score should be. Maybe. So, we concede, I think, they concede, sorry, they are the blue ones, aren't they? They concede 1.3 goals a game, but score 0.9. We have a ridiculously high expected goals per game. I don't think it actually tells us, but as you can see, that's 0.9. I'm guessing it's 3 goals per game we're expected to score. However, I mean, this doesn't seem right, does it? Is this right? We concede less than a goal a game, but we have a leaky defence. I don't know. Oh my word, I always forget about this. We've got our youth intake preview. We're on the 12th of December, and it doesn't look too bad, does it? We've got one really good English central midfielder from Limassol. Isn't that Cyprus? Limassol Cyprus, right? Who has caught the eye. We should be really optimistic about this group of young players. So we look like we might get a half-decent youth intake in our first season. That is good news. We've got a healthy number of fullbacks, We haven't got any new wing backs. I mean, is that not the same position? Or do they mean like the slightly pushed up further forward? Anyway, doesn't matter. That's our youth intake preview. The starting lineup then for the Aston Villa game. It will be Fraser Forster in goal. Kyle Walker-Peters will be on the right-hand side with Ryan Bertrand on the left. Mohamed Salisu will be a central defender this time with Jan Bednarek. We've been doing a bit of rotation at centre-back. Basically, injuries and various fitness concerns and things like that has meant basically in the last few weeks, Vestergaard's played a few matches. I don't think Jack Stevens has yet. I have transfer listed him. I don't want him anymore. He's worth a decent amount of money. That's our January plan. In the middle of the pitch will be Romeo and the returning James Ward-Prowse, who can apparently only play 75 minutes, so we probably need to keep an eye on him. We do have on the bench Stu Armstrong, who can come in and basically just fill that gap. It's going to be Walcott on the right, Redmond on the left. Danny Ings and Che Adams will be our strikers today. I can't remember whether I've shown you my new formation or my tweaked formation. This is what we're going for. I'm trying Walcott as a Ramdeuter, because why not? I don't understand tactics, okay? Good news is everyone seemed to approve of the tactics. That's new. 4 players are pleased with the tactical familiarity. Romeo, pleased with the tactical familiarity, or mentality for Forster. Ward-Prowse likes the shape. Salisu likes the shape. Romeo likes the stay on feet. Fair enough. Romeo doesn't dive into tackles. I'm sure he does. He does it all the time, doesn't he? Good news for us as well. Villa are without Jack Grealish. He is currently out injured. Which, I say good news. I don't know if it is good news or not. I have no idea. But, I mean, that's the Villa side. Anton Nedjelkov is a good player. Can we click on him there? We can't. We can just hover over their name for some reason. Fair enough. Right then, pre-match team talk. What do we say? Richard Kitzbichler, I still don't know if that's his name or not. He says, let's give the fans a performance they're expecting from us. I'm going to do... we've got to do a fist pump, haven't we? We've got to do a fist pump. I still don't know whether this is a come on or a like that. I don't know what it is. But, I mean, most of these, hands together is cautious. Hands in pockets is reluctant. Hands on hips is just facing team. I mean, we could do that, but I can't say that. Point finger, thrash arms is a bad thing. Point finger is assertively. We'll do that. We'll assertively say, we've ruined it. Only Romeo seemed demotivated. Oh, and Aaron Anderson of 442. While teams in other countries prepare for the winter break, your side's schedule looks busier than ever. It's England, Aaron. It's like this every bloody year. Would you agree it's about time that the league thought about opting to break for a few weeks at this time of year? You know what? Yes. I'm okay with that. I think we could all benefit from a winter break. Everyone needs a bit of a holiday. Nathan Redmond is set to make his 150th league appearance for the club today. Just how much does he mean to everyone here? I'm delighted for Nathan Redmond. Douglas Luiz is absent as well. I think it's unfair to single out individuals. And the World Golden Ball Award is fast approaching. Who do you think will win it? Do we get choice of every player in the world? No. Ronaldo, Lacazette, Lewandowski, Mane, Salah and Suarez. I'm going to go for Mane. I'm going to go for the former Southampton man. Right, now we're into the match. And I've got a match day thing where I'm a little bit smaller and out of the way. This is the plan. I don't know whether it's going to work, but I'm a little bit smaller and in the right-hand corner. 10 minutes on the clock, and we do have the first highlight of the game. It is Danny Ings with the ball, collecting it from Bertrand. Number 9, Danny Ings, who's been on a hot goal-scoring form, finds the Ramdeuter to Theo Walcott at the back post, and Theo Walcott slots that in. Did that just work? Genuinely, I put Walcott as a Ramdeuter because I thought, you know what? That's probably a good thing for Walcott. We can play it over his head. He can just run in at the back post and nick the ball away. And that is exactly what happened. Also, this assist from Danny Ings is a bit ridiculous. I'm now starting to think I'm a little bit small in this corner. I feel tiny. John McGinn has picked up an injury apparently for Aston Villa. I don't know whether he's been subbed off. Ward-Prowse with a corner to us. Danny Ings is there. And Danny Ings, number 9, with goal number 9 of the season. 2-0 up against bottom of the table Aston Villa. We are doing all right. We are genuinely doing a lot better than I was expecting to do when we started this save. As I've mentioned before, beta saves for me normally go badly. So the fact that we're winning games and we're actually at the right end of the table, I'm taking this as a victory. Villa possibly have a chance with Matty Cash. Traore, he's been tackled. No, he hasn't. Matty Cash still has the ball. Marvellous Nakamba, who's come off the bench for the injury. It's Redmond, though, for us. Down that left, play it through to Adams. Adams has got the Ramdeuter Walcott next to him. He's gone for a dink. He's gone for a dink and hit it wide. Oh, Che Adams, what are you doing, man? Into the final 10 minutes of the first half. We are looking real good here, aren't we? Walcott gets it to, I think it was Walker-Peters, wasn't it? Walcott once again in on goal, and this time slots it far wide of the far post. Sure. Ward-Prowse with a free kick just before half-time. Danny Ings is there once again. This time goes over the bar. It's going to be 2-0 at half-time unless something happens in the 3 minutes of injury time for the John McGinn injury, which nothing has. 3-0 in the first half. That is a good performance. That is a very good performance. I'd like to get another goal or two. I'd always like to get another goal or two. Anyway, half-time team talk. I'm just going to get Richard to do it. See what he says. Nothing. Cool. Everyone seemed composed. Good job, Richard. I should have done that myself. I didn't mention, actually, my subs bench, which you can see above my head, I have put a couple of the children on there. In particular, Nathan Teller is on the bench, so is Jake Vokins, because I promised that I would play youngsters, and I've not really done it. I guess players like Salisu is considered a youngster. He's only 21 years old, so we are kind of doing it, just not as much as we perhaps should be. Second half, nothing is going on. We're going to do ourselves a substitution, and we're going to bring on one of these youngsters. It is going to be Nathan Teller. He's going to come on. I mean, he can play. Teller can play everywhere. He's just really fast, isn't he? Do we just do him for Walcott? Maybe, right, this is what we do. We'll take off Redmond for Teller, and then we'll swap you two over. Teller's going to be a Ramdeuter, which he's 2.5 grey stars, or silver stars, or whatever colour stars they are. But that's fine. Fraser Forster's on a 6.5 and hasn't conceded a goal. They've had one shot, I've just seen. Bertrand with a throw. This is the first highlight of the second half. Crosses in. Shay Adams is there. It's gone over everybody. The substituting youngster Teller collects it. Plays it to Adams once again. And this time the headed effort from the Englishman goes over the bar. We are flying through this second half fairly quickly. I'm going to look at doing another change. What are we going to do? Adams is going to come off. Nakajima will come on. And we will do that. We'll just keep moving Walcott around. I don't want to sub him off because he's obviously scored a goal and had a very good game. Do we do another sub as well? No, we'll keep hold of our final sub for maybe the last 10 minutes, where we'll probably bring on Jake Vokins. It's a throw. Matty Cash takes the throw. Ward-Prowse, of all people, heads it clear. Why is Ward-Prowse header in the ball? You shouldn't be doing that. Conor Hurricane plays it across to the left-hand side. It's Anton Nedeljkov. He goes back to Hurricane. Now Ross Barkley. Curling effort from Barkley, and Fraser Forster makes a very good television save. Highlights carried on. Forster's kick upfield is intercepted by Engel, so it's coming back towards us again. Jan Bednarek to Walker-Peters. Teller's in front of him if he wants to use him. He does use Nathan Teller. He's going to run with the ball. Walker-Peters keeps going forward, plays it instead towards Ings. It's cleared by Mings. They're no relation, obviously, different names. Romeo now has the ball, back to Bednarek. There's something coming from this highlight, isn't there? Salisu to Ward-Prowse. Ward-Prowse across, tries to find Bertrand. Good pass, actually. Shoya Nakajima into the penalty area. He's got two to choose from. Oh, my word. Nathan bloody Teller has scored. That was sexy football in the penalty area. The most unselfish thing you could see. The ball came into Walcott. He could have shot. He didn't. He passed it to Ings. Ings could have shot. He didn't. He passed it to Teller. And then Nathan Teller bloody scores. Nakajima has it, as you can see. Walcott just passes it back. Ings across to Teller, who's in space. And the substitute gets his first ever goal for the club. I can't believe Nathan Teller's scored. Last episode, from right back, Musa Janapo scored. This episode, from right wing, the not very good Nathan Teller scores. We've had 2 goals from that right wing position. Ramdeuter might be the way forward, you know. We are going to do our final sub. I'm thinking it should be Ward-Prowse, shouldn't it? We should be doing the Ward-Prowse because he shouldn't be on the pitch anymore. So Stu Armstrong will come on for the final 10 minutes or so. I haven't had to give them a single shout or anything this game. I don't know whether I'm going to be using the shouts as much in this version of Football Manager. Last version it was fairly constant. This time I don't really use them. It's a goal kick for Villa, controlled. Misijan, Virgil Misijan, possibly, I'm not sure if that's how it's pronounced at all, into the penalty area, not a very good effort, hits it wide of the post. We've got 2 minutes of normal time to play. Let's give him a shout now. Let's give him Finn Courage. Everyone, you can't see all of them, but everyone got annoyed by that. I don't know what encourage means, okay? Encourage to me sounds like a good thing. Nakajima rolls it back, crosses it in. Teller's not going to get on the end of that. The ball is going to stay in play, but we are over the 93. Walker-Peters across. Stu Armstrong goes for goal. Walcott is there as well. I think he might have been offside. If he wasn't, it's 4-0. Theo Walcott with 2 goals from 2 completely different positions. How was he onside? Oh, did you play him on? I feel like Anton Nedeljkov might have played him onside. I don't know how. I don't think he was onside, you know? We're taking it. I'd like to point out that this is probably only like my 3rd clean sheet ever in Football Manager 2021, so quite happy with this. I mean, there's still time. They can quite obviously score. He's gone for a bloody Rabona there. Why is he going for a Rabona? Oh, it's not a clean sheet, is it? It's not. I can't keep clean sheets to save my life. Misijan with the goal. It's 4-1. Why did Gilbert go for a Rabona? Why did he do that? He didn't need to. It would have been easier to just pass it, and I still can't. How have we not got a clean sheet from this game? We're seeing another highlight as well. I mean, we're well over the 93. We're a minute and a half over the 93. Nakajima collects it. Walcott is on a hat-trick. If we could get another one, and it's Theo Walcott, he's gone for goal himself. He's hit it just wide. That would have been his hat-trick. I don't think it's going to get any further. It is not. It's 4-1 then on the night. A very good performance. However, them scoring that goal right at the end, kind of a kick in the teeth. So then, the full-time team talk, what do we say? Good win, boys. We'll just do a good win. Everyone looked inspired and motivated. That is good to see. Jeff Nightingale from Football 365. You have to be happy with that win, right? Yes, we were excellent. We should have just kept a clean sheet. How do you feel about the use of technology in the wake of your win today? I don't really have an opinion, because did it make a difference? I mean, I guess the Walcott goal might have been offside. The supporters seem to respond well to your considered passing approach today. Is that something we can expect to see more from you? I certainly hope so. I have to strike a balance, but our desire is to control possession and play the game to our terms. Sure, we'll go with that. I mean, this is a long post-match interview. Normally, it's like one question, and they're normally very dull. Jeff seems to have come a bit prepared. The supporters seem to respond well to your attacking intent today. I've made a commitment to play football the right way, and we're going to attack as often as possible. There we go. 4-1 then against Aston Villa. 19 points on the board after just 12 games. I am happy with this start. It's not the best start. Obviously, we could be higher up the table. We have nullified our goal difference as well. So the 5-0 defeat against Liverpool earlier on in the season, that has been wiped out. I've not really looked at the Premier League, if I'm honest. I've kind of just seen us, and that's about it. So top 6 is kind of as you'd expect, apart from maybe Everton shouldn't be there. No offence, Everton, but you should probably be swapped with Spurs. We, I think, are overperforming. Sheffield United are kind of overperforming. If you go by last season, they're not. If you go by this season, they certainly are. Leicester, Wolves in reasonable positions. I mean, that league table doesn't seem too crazy to me, does it? That seems like a reasonable league table. I've seen other players, other Football Manager players who've shown their league, and Leicester have been relegated and things like that. We seem to have somewhat of a normal league. Jose, what are you doing? Jose, you can get away from James Ward-Prowse. I mean, good job you bought a ticket and it was lovely and entertaining for you, but you're not having James Ward-Prowse. So then, I guess that is probably going to do it then for this episode. In order to make them short, like I said, we're going to do just one match per episode. What I might try and do in the next episode, I'm still experimenting, as I said, of how I'm going to do these. What I might do is we're probably going to play maybe Man City, possibly Sheffield United, because I feel like we might win that game. So we might do the Sheffield United game, but we also might have a little highlights package of one of these ones. I don't know what one it'll be yet, but we might have a little highlights package as well, just to kind of give you basically 2 matches in one episode. Thank you very much for watching this episode of Football Manager 2021. If you did enjoy, do please remember to leave a like if you are new here and you want to see more of the Southampton save and any other Football Manager 21 saves that I will be doing in the future, in the very near future. I hope in possibly December is when my first proper save will be coming out. Do hit that subscribe button, also ding the bell as well, and I will see you in the next one.